Introduction Guiding Principles, NA, Part 3. Some experienced members saw this firsthand when we were doing outreach work with newer members in a place where NA was just getting started. One by one, the members from older communities shared their experience with the 12 traditions of NA. Some were emotional, some were philosophical, some went deep into the history and origins of these principles. Each time when the speaker finished, one of the newer members listening would ask a question. Yeah, okay, but what can we buy? But can we buy refreshments for the meeting? If all the answers were provided for us, we wouldn't have to spend so much time in discussion. Simple issues wouldn't bring us together or drive us to reach out. And we wouldn't learn much that way as we build our relationship to our traditions. Questions like, can we serve refreshments? Can bring us to examine our principles, our values, our priorities, and the ways we make decisions in our groups. When we allow these discussions the time and energy they deserve, our understanding of the spiritual principles underlying the 12 traditions deepens, and so does our practice. There are countless ways we can learn about the traditions from simply hearing them read in meetings to studying them in great detail. One member shared that his first learning experience with the traditions came through a simple exercise. My sponsor told me to read the 12 traditions aloud to myself, replacing NA with my own name. It felt awkward at first, but it gave me a new way to look at traditions. Whatever way our work in the traditions begins, the learning process is an ongoing journey, much like our work in the steps. The chapter, What Can I Do, from our basic text encourages new members to take the steps outlined in the previous chapter as a way of answering the questions that may be troubling us. Begin your own program by taking step 1 from the previous chapter, how it works. Go on to step 2 and so forth. And as you go on, you will come to an understanding of the program for yourself. This is a critical line in our literature, and it appears in the chapter that falls between the 12 steps and 12 traditions, is not coincidental. Even as we practice a program of recovery that is outlined for us in our literature and shared with us by our sponsors and in meetings, ultimately we will come to our own understanding. In fact, it is necessary for us to do so if NA recovery will be a way of life for us and not just a phase we pass through. We must understand and make it our own. Understanding the traditions is part of coming to an understanding of the program for ourselves. If it is only through our understanding and application that they work, how do we learn to understand and apply our traditions? In our groups across the fellowship and around the world, we've been answering this question for many years, but the answers to particular questions are not always the same. When we are engaged in creative action of spirit, whether in our personal lives or in our service work, we may be surprised by the solutions that present themselves. This book offers a set of tools that can help each of us learn about our principles. Consider some challenging questions and come to an understanding for ourselves.